along to the preview for Ipswich Town versus Hull City tomorrow. Hope you've all had a great Monday, that kind of thing. I have. But 2 exams tomorrow, so that's fun. If I didn't have those 2 exams, I would have watched the under-21s lose 3-0 in Sheffield today. But I've got those exams, so yeah, I had to give that one a miss. We'll get into your comments in just a second once I've done a quick little bit of admin. And when I say quick, I mean very, very quick indeed. So that's going to be there. That should do it. Let's just quickly double check that this has worked for later in the stream. Still being a bit weird, but it's all right. It's okay. Right, let's get cracking into some of your comments then, shall we? How are we all doing? Evening, Lewis. How you doing, mate? Watching from a train. NFL in London, though. That would have been good, even though I am absolutely not an American football fan. Keith, happy birthday in Tenerife, mate. Evening, Ashley. Leo, how are you, mate? Jacob Stamp, how's it going, pal? Did you sweat a lot on Saturday with that costume on, or not? Let us know. Let us know. Or was it not you? Was it not you? Yeah, let's discuss then, shall we? So, Plymouth on Saturday, what did we all think? Oh, well, yeah, we'll get on to that because this referee is not great. In fact, we'll jump straight to that now. Oh, left my earphones. Thank you, Mum. Drenched. I can imagine, mate. I can imagine. Because it started bucketing it down as soon as I came into the stadium, didn't it? The Plymouth coach arrived, and I went in the stadium after all the players had gone in, and then from that moment on, it was just torrential rain. But we made it through. We're okay. We're okay. You weren't, but that's unfortunate. You'll have plenty more dry days, mate, and you'll appreciate it when it's freezing outside because at least you'll be warm. Can't believe I walked into a pool. I didn't see that, mate. I didn't see that. So, oh no, wait, was it when you came out the players' entrance? Because I know one of them. I'm not sure whether it was you or Sam did, but yeah, that's not ideal. To be honest, Kat said it was raining in the suit, so you'd just have been feeling the wetness on your shirt, probably. Yeah. Bless you, mate. Bless you. Team news. Let's get straight into it. Harry Vaughan and Jason Lakilo have been assessed by medical staff today after typo. There we go. That's fixed. Harry Vaughan and Jason Lakilo have been assessed by medical staff today after missing the 1-1 draw with Plymouth through injury. They could feature, equally could not. Alayar Syed Manesh and Ozan Tufan will definitely miss the trip to Portland Road, however. But Alayar, the former, could return in time to face Millwall. Ozan, highly, highly unlikely we'll see him until after the international break. Jacob Greaves returns from suspension. Durkan Sinik, Tyrell Sellers-Fleming and Rocco Coyle were all absent from the under-21s defeat today against Sheffield United because, and Andy Dawson confirmed this, they trained with the first team and are prepared for Ipswich. Greg Doherty, with his knee problem, is closing in on a return but remains unavailable for selection just yet. But if things do get really quite bad, I'd imagine like Rossini did with Sinik, where if injuries and stuff have hampered us, he would chuck him in just on the bench to get him into a match day routine if he had to. Joe, do you always get negative fans around you? I always get sat near annoying people. Can't blame Rossini complain about fans booing. Yeah. I think Rossini is justified. He's taken this team from what was, well, the worst defence in the league when he came in. He's made us hard to beat. We're 9, what is it? Yeah, we're 8 unbeaten, sorry. So, what is there to complain about? What we had 5 dodgy minutes, and that's it. We need to stop getting on our players' backs. Yes, first half we always start well and then fade out, but is that reflecting the atmosphere? It starts off well and then just gradually gets worse throughout the first half. I think these are going to be boys that thrive off the atmosphere, and we need to harness. Yes, I know I sit in the south, right? But my opinion is the North Stand market themselves as the atmosphere creating area, and it's up to them to live up to their own billing. That's my opinion. What I will say about the North Stand, though, why would you openly wear if you've got now else to wear, fine, but put a jacket over it. Put a jacket over it or something. Man United and Newcastle shirts in the North Stand. Not on. And I also don't understand when the club tweeted about them giving a piece of like merchandise to the Man United one. I don't understand why it's always the fan. It's never us loyal fans getting rewarded. Didn't Adjan take 300 of us to Turkey last year on holiday, all expenses paid holiday for a week? Equally, you know what? We'll leave that comment on there because we are going to go onto Tiger Leisure. And it was this, right? It was that shirt. It's 15 quid. It's not as if they've gifted him a home shirt to put on, is it? Do you know what I mean? It's a 15 quid t-shirt. And if you look at most of the stuff on here, it's in an offer 2 for 40 quid. So I don't think it's exactly a big deal, City giving this lad a 15 quid shirt. That, let's be honest, if we had the choice to pick between 3 of these or this, we all know what we're picking. It's not a big deal, is it? It's not a big deal. Well, yeah, and the scarf isn't exactly a big deal either, is it? What? So that's 15 quid t-shirt and a 15 quid scarf. Would you rather have, for 30 quid, a t-shirt and a scarf, or for what? 35 quid, there or thereabouts, have this shirt I'm wearing now? I personally would choose what I've got on, what I'm covering my body with now, because it is just a better quality t-shirt. That's simply my opinion. Anyway, let's move on to Ashley's favourite segment. Matt Donoghue, referee. He's fun. Paul Hodgkins and Matt Smith, the two liners. Sam Perkis is the fourth official. If we look at stats from the last game then. Look, on another day we win it. On another day we win it. But we're still fifth in the league. Only one defeat all season. We've got the third best defensive record in the league. You know, it's not bad, is it? It's not bad. And like I say, on another day, we take those chances. On another day, we do take those chances. But that day just wasn't the other. Look, had it not been for some brilliant goalkeeping by Conor Hazard at the end, Philogene would have scored his first Hull City goal. And that's just off the top of my head. There are so many other examples of Conor Hazard making brilliant saves. So look, trust the process. Trust the process and don't boo. Right, moving on to Ipswich then. They've had a very good start to the season. They drew 1-0 with Huddersfield in their last game. So, in their last game, they had Ladkey in goal. Their back four was Harry Clark and Leif Davis, the fullbacks, Luke Wolfenden and Cameron Burgess, the two centre-halves. Brandon Williams came off the bench and scored their late equaliser. Their midfield, holding midfield two, was Lee Evans and Massimo Luongo. Then going forward, Wes Burns, Amari Hutchinson, Connor Chaplin, and George Hurst down there. That incredible. Plus, they've got all these lads as well. Nathan Broadhead did well against us for Wigan last season. Dane Scarlett's a great young prospect. Freddie Ladapo's a good player. Connor Chaplin's a good player. Sonny Aluko is an experienced player at championship level. So they've got a very, very decent team and they're riding a massive crest of a wave. Momentum is such a big thing. And they started so well. Axel Twanzebi's coming as well. Not sure if he's fit or not. I don't think he is. But he's another solid player who'll be great for them. They've got a really good team to say they've just come up from League One. It's a much stronger team than what we had when we first came up. And I think they will comfortably survive. But they're sitting second in the league. And the hype on Kieran McKenna is real. But I think if we're going to halt their unbeaten run, only lost once all season like us, I think if any team's going to do it, we've got to be in that conversation of teams that are going to stop them, because we're doing so well at the minute. Let's move on to current form, and I can see there are a couple of chat messages as well, so we shall have a look at them in just a second. But looking at Ipswich, we'll omit the Wolves game because it's not championship opposition. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last 5. Beat Cardiff, beat Sheffield Wednesday, beat Southampton, beat Blackburn, and then drew with Huddersfield. So drawing with Huddersfield, Darren Moore coming in, putting his stamp on things. Former Hull City goalkeeper Adriano Basso in at Huddersfield, as well as their new goalkeeping coach. Our last 5, beat Leicester, and then 2 home draws against Coventry and Leeds, beat Stoke away, and then drew with Plymouth. Our away record is second to none, really, bar Norwich, where we should have had a point out of it. Our away record is very, very nice. And before we have a look at the chat, we'll have a look at the league table, where, look, we're still 5th. This is fine. If we stay 5th all season, that's fine by me. That is absolutely fine by me. But Ipswich up in 2nd. Preston have had a good start to the season. Sunderland pushing again. Cardiff, surprisingly, have had a very good start to the season under Errol Bullock. I thought I'll be honest, be terrible for them. But started well, to their credit. Norwich slipped a little bit with 3 defeats in their last 5. Southampton getting that win against Leeds will give them some much-needed confidence. Millwall struggling, surprisingly. I think they're the league's lowest scorer. Oh, no, Sheffield Wednesday. They're the league's 2nd lowest scorers. And I am very much surprised that Sheffield Wednesday don't have the leakiest defence. They do have the worst goal difference, but they don't have the leakiest defence in the league. That crown goes to Rotherham. Middlesbrough with 2 wins on the bounce. Maybe they're picking up now. Watford with a surprisingly poor start. But it's a form table at the minute. It's not... It'll start to take shape around Christmas. So if we're still around here when we get to Christmas, that's brilliant. That is not to be sniffed at all. Right, chat, what are we saying? Owen, how you doing? Jensen, how you doing? Lee, hope you're okay, mate. I agree their keeper was on a mad one towards the end, made some incredible saves. Need to win more home. We do need to win more home games. That's obvious. But we're not far away. We're not far away at all. Errol Bullock was definitely someone considered by Adjan. It's not, you know what? Ashley, you make a decent point there, but I think Adrian realised very quickly after the Shotter experiment that we needed someone who knows the championship, and I'm very happy with Liam Rosenior. I'd take Liam Rosenior over Errol Bullock every day of the week. Get Randall Williams up top and we good. Not sure I agree with that one, Chief, I'm going to be honest. Not sure I agree. But, right, let's move on. Around the grounds then on Championship. Match day 10. 7:45 kickoffs tomorrow. Ipswich Town versus us. Plymouth versus Millwall. Middlesbrough versus Cardiff, and Birmingham versus Huddersfield. The 2 8 o'clock kickoffs are Stoke versus Southampton and West Brom versus Sheffield Wednesday. On Wednesday, the 7:45 kickoffs are Coventry versus Blackburn, Leeds versus QPR, Leicester versus Preston, Sunderland versus Watford, and Swansea versus Norwich. And the 8 o'clock kickoff is Rotherham versus Bristol City. Memorable match. I had a lot to pick from for Ipswich, but I went for this one. The last 2 times we have been to... No, 2 out of the last 3 times we've been to Portman Road, we have won 3-0. The other time was a 2-0 win. So, hopefully we get a bit of this energy going on. Where in March 2018, we went there and we won 3-0. Marcus Henriksen and Harry Wilson's goals in the first half gave us a 2-0 advantage going into the break. 2 minutes after the restart, Jared Bowen made it 3, and that was all she wrote. Our team that day, Alan McGregor in goal, back four, Ola Reiner, Michael Dawson, Michael Hector and Max Clark. Moving into the midfield, we had Marcus Henriksen, the captain, Jackson Irvine and Seb Larson on the wings, Bowen and Wilson, and up top Fraser Campbell. The bench was David Marshall, the goalkeeper, Kamil Grzycki, David Myler, Nua Dicko, Will Keane, Fikayo Tomori, and Angus MacDonald with Nigel Adkins in charge. Former Tiger Martin Waghorn came off the bench for Ipswich that day. Also for Ipswich of note for related to Hull City. We were linked with Bersant Selina not the summer just gone, but summer 2020. That one came to nothing. Not Gavin Ward, Ashley. Don't worry, you can put your PTSD away. And last time out against Ipswich, it was a 1-0 defeat. In our League One season at home, James Norwood, 15 minutes in, gave them the win. And to be honest, I can't remember this game. I'll be brutally honest, but I think this was the time where we had Smallwood injured and Grant experimented with having 2 box-to-box players in Doherty and Honeyman and Crowley as a number 10, which didn't work. We needed Slater or Alfie Jones or Richie Smallwood in there when back fit to provide some balance to the team. And we had our little shaky run as well, didn't we? But I think this was just before our great run towards the end of the season where we didn't lose a lot of games. I think we went about 9 or 10 unbeaten, which helped get us the title. Our team that day was Matt Ingram in goal. Back four was Josh Emanuel, Reece Burke, Jacob Greaves and Callum Elder. Midfield 3 of George Honeyman, Dan Crowley and Greg Doherty, with Gavin White on the right, Keane Lewis Potter on the left and Malik Wilkes up front. The bench was George Long, the goalkeeper, Louis Coyle, James Scott, Alfie Jones, Jordan Flores, Regan Slater and Josh McGuinness. Grant McCann in charge. City-related things from Ipswich on this, in this game. I don't think there were any. Don't think there were any links to City here at all, which makes a change. Usually I can find at least something. And moving on to the record against these guys, barring that League One loss at home last time, we hadn't lost to them since 2008, and we played them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We went 14 consecutive games against Ipswich unbeaten until then. So they've only beaten us once in our last 15 games against them, which date back as far as 2010. So that bodes well. But our last 5, 4 wins and a defeat, 3-0 win, which we did for memorable match, 2-0 win at home in the 2018-19 season, 2-0 win away, 2018-19 season, and then a 3-0 win away before the League One at home loss in the League One campaign, obviously. This one was a lovely game. I think Eves, McGuinness and Wilkes scored that. I think Wilkes scored something like 2 minutes in. McGuinness just on the stroke of half time. But I remember Sky Soccer Special, I think their commentator said they hadn't been too impressed, or was it Ipswich's I Follow commentator, something like that, said they weren't very impressed with us, even though we'd won 3-0, which was a statement of sorts. I said I couldn't find any City links in the last time out. I can find one between the two now with shared shirts. Josh Emanuel played for Ipswich. I think he came through Ipswich's youth ranks, I think. Don't quote me on that. 2015 to 2019, 29 appearances for them, no goals. Left Ipswich and joined was it Bolton or Rotherham, then Bolton, or something like that. Left Bolton, joined us in 2020, won the League One title with us, played a couple of games the following season in the Championship to take him up to his 38 appearances, and then he never played for the club again because of an issue we didn't know at the time, but we now know was quite a serious blood clot. He was happy to talk about that when he went to Grimsby. I'm not sure where Josh is now. He was linked with Peterborough in the summer. Obviously went to Grimsby because of the link he had with Paul Hurst. He worked with him at Rotherham. Yeah, it was at Rotherham on loan, whilst he was at Ipswich. Then left Ipswich, joined Bolton, joined us. And when he left us after his spell injured, he joined Grimsby on a 6-month deal. And I'm not sure, I think he's unemployed now, Josh Emmanuel. Genuinely, I don't think he plays for a club. He was, like I say, linked with Peterborough in the summer, but nothing has come of that as of yet. So we'll watch this space for what Josh gets up to next. Aliyah injured. Could this be? To be honest, I do think this will be Aliyah's last season with us because injuries and whatever. Injuries and what have you. Yeah, I just think that they're hampering him too much. And it's, to be fair, with hindsight, I think I probably would have got rid of him in the summer if we'd have known he was going to be, such a. Well, I think he's only played a total of like 3 minutes to start this season off in the first 10 games. So that's not ideal injury wise. And to be honest, I do think he will be. I do think he will be out the door quite soon. That's just my brutally honest thoughts. Thoughts on Ruben Vinagre? I think he's a top left back, but for me, he's too slow at crossing the ball into the box. Ashley says he dribbles too much. I think Ruben's got more to show, but I also think what he's shown so far hasn't been bad. Gary says, what about Jimmy Bullard? Well, Jimmy Bullard played for pretty much everyone, didn't he? Played for us, played for MK Dons. We loaned him out to Ipswich for a bit, then he joined them permanently. West Ham, Peterborough, Wigan, Fulham. Loads to pick from for Jimmy Bullard. And who knows, he might be someone I use in the future for shared shirts. But moving away from that, onto my predicted team, where we have in goal Ryan Alsop, Cyrus Christie still at right back, 2 centre halves, Alfie Jones. I think Jacob Greaves will come straight back in and captain the side. Ruben Vinagre keeps his place at left back. In midfield, Morton and Seri, the sitters, with Twine coming in a more central role going forward. With on the right, Jaden Philogene. I think Regan Slater will move to the left. And up top, I think Liam Delat will come in, Aaron Connolly being given a rest. On the bench, Matt Ingram, Louis Coyle, Sean McLaughlin, Adama Traore, Jokan Sinek, James Furlong, Tyrell Sellers-Fleming, Rocco Coyle, and Aaron Connolly as well. So just sorry about the flashes we're getting there. That's just the system not updating itself. But to recap, bench, Ingram, Coyle, McLaughlin, Traore, Sinek, Furlong, Sellers-Fleming, Coyle, and Aaron Connolly as well. That's what I'm going for. I think Connolly will be rested. I think Traore will drop out. McLaughlin will drop out as well. I also think it's harsh on Louis Coyle that he's stuck to the bench because he's had a very good start to the season, but that's football sometimes. And I do agree with Coxey that we are missing Tufan a lot. And I think the sooner he's fully fit and firing, the better. It's not as if he's a permanent sick note either, is it, Tufan? It's just a shame. It's just a shame that what was a little niggle has turned into something just that little bit bigger, which has kept him out for a longer period of time. Right. Score predictions, everyone. Whack them in. To be honest, I haven't decided on mine. I haven't decided what I'm going to go for. We'll wait for some of yours to come in. What do I think? I think it's going to be tough. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw, I think. I think it'll be a tough, well-fought, end-to-end kind of game. I think it'll be 1-1. Ollie, I'll say to you now, Sandak won't play. He started for the under-21s this afternoon. 1-1, 2-1 City, 2-2. Glenn, mate, you've missed everything. We're just wrapping up now, pal. So I'm sorry about that. Oh God, Ollie, that's a bold prediction. 5-0 City. Delap Greaves, Tufan who's injured, Alayar who's injured, Vaughan who might be injured. And you've named 6 scorers there, Ollie. I think you've got your maths and stuff a little bit confused. Gary says 2-1. Glenn, I'm sorry, mate. You can just wind it back and watch from the start. Right, thank you for watching, everyone. I'll see you tomorrow for all the reaction to this one. I'm not going. I've got 2 exams tomorrow. So, yeah, we'll see you all for that. But, yeah, and if you're making the trip down, it's a long journey, but enjoy it regardless. And, yeah, see you tomorrow night for all the reaction afterwards. And we'll see if we've kept our unbeaten run going or Kieran McKenna's Ipswich have brought it to an end. Take care. See you later and goodbye.